Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to a very special episode of Paint with Dave, where we're going to be going through some miniatures from our latest campaign for Master of Orion at Astra, which you can find now on Gamefound. Just follow the link below. Go, but do it after this video. Do it after the video, and then go. Fabulous. What we're going to be doing is painting all of the miniatures, and we're going to be doing it very simply through a couple of very easy steps. Base coating, dry brushing, a little bit of accent coloring, and then a little bit of a wash. So join me after the title sting and we'll go through some miniature painting. Let's crack on, shall we? To start off with, we're going to give these minis a quick base coat with our black spray. Remember to shake well before using. Now that all of the minis have been base coated, I'm now going to go through and give them a heavy dry brush of either silver or gold to give them a lovely undercoat. Then we'll add a little slap of color, a wash, and then it'll all be done. Start with, I'm going to use some gunmetal, just going over it with a heavy dry brush, not really caring too much about getting it neat and tidy. Now that the main dry brushing is done, I'm going to go over it just once more, ever so lightly, with a slightly lighter metal, this time using plate mail metal. This I'm just catching the top areas, just to make it look a little bit more dynamic. As you can see, it picks out some extra details, and is very effective and very quick. Don't worry about being neat and tidy, these are just going to look tabletop ready. Have to make them ready for any kind of awards or anything like that, although if you do, please share your results with us over on Facebook or Instagram. Once all of the dry brushing has been done, I go about adding some accent colors. Each one of these will help to differentiate between the different alien races. Now that all the accent colors have been put down on our ships, I just want to add a few highlights here and there with some lighter tones of each color. With all of the accenting and highlighting done, I then move on to a quick wash. Using some skin tone for all of the golds and a little bit of the red, just to give it a slightly dirtier tone. And for the regular metal, I decide to use some dark tones, usually a black. This will seep into the recesses and show up some of those lovely details. I do the same for all of the buildings. Using this method of dry brushing, washing, and accent highlighting, you can get some amazing effects very quickly. This is very handy when doing regiment armies or lots of ships. It's often very useful to have what we call a conveyor belt of painting, where you do all the colors on one model, and then while you still have paint wet in your wet palette, you do the next one. When it's time to change the different types of models, whether it's a different ship or a different army, or even just to use a different color on a model, and you do that for each of them too. Well, that about wraps it up for this episode. But if you feel inclined, then head on over to Gamefound, link below, and go and support our latest crowdfunding campaign to get your hands on some of these fantastic miniatures. And that is for Master of Orion and Astra. But until next time, cheerio.